Am I live? Where's everybody at? Leave some comments. Let me know if I'm alive. Am I live? Am I live? Am I live? Let me go look. Let me go look. Says I'm live. Says I'm live. Good evening, Uncle Bruno. Yo, what up, Pat Price? What's happening, everybody? Anyway, let me start this off. I want to check something real quick. Just y'all bear with me for 2 minutes. Y'all got time because it's going to be a great freaking show. I can tell you right now. It's going to be a great show. I want to see something real quick though, just out of curiosities. Let's just see. There we go. Okay. All right. So okay, so I am live, but I'm live on the my personal Facebook page and the grind. I'm also live on the grind page, so don't freak out if you're over there watching it on the grind page. It's all good. All right, come on, let's see. Let's get over here to where it's at. There we go. There we go. All right. What's happening, everybody? Here we are, another Thursday night on the grind. You all missed me last week. Man, what is this? Man, I've got a great show for you guys tonight. A great show. No matter what platform you're watching on, man, please comment. It's going to be really, really pretty freaking cool, to be honest with you guys. So let me go on and start out with my sponsors for the show for tonight. First up tonight, I would like to thank everybody at hellspeedshop.com. Great company, man. If you need good flannel shirts, you've got to go to hellspeedshop.com. Go check out their merchandise, man. It's great, great stuff. Family owned and operated business. Good people. Go check them out at hellspeedshop.com and order some swag up, man. You'll appreciate it. It's really good stuff. Next up is our good friends over at Urban Rides Magazine, urbanridesmagazine.com. Established in 2019. Daniel Roby, Jason Silman, all the guys over there are, man, they are always on the road, always out there, going to the different rallies. They're at SEMA right now. But man, their magazine is top notch. You got to go to urbanridesmagazine.com, check them out, get you a subscription, follow them on all the social media platforms. You will be happy you did so. I guarantee it. But get on over there, urbanridesmagazine.com. Next up is our good friends over at Jade Affiliated. It's jadeaf.com. The best wheels in the industry, best motorcycle wheels out there. Plus, they do custom one-of-a-kind wheels also. So if you've got a wheel issue, you need some factory wheels replaced, you need some really badass custom wheels, give Jad a call or go to jadeaf.com and order you up some killer freaking wheels, man. Next up is my company, American Drag Seats, americandragseats.com. You need a custom motorcycle seat, we got you covered. You need, send us a pan, we can foam it, we can cover it. You're local, bring your bike to us, we'll make the pan, foam it up, cover it for you. You live out of state, mail us a pan, or send us your seat, or just buy one of my Harley replacement seats, man. Anything you need when it comes to motorcycle seats, we have you covered. Check us out on the interwebs at americandragseats.com, or you can check us out on all social media platforms at American Drag Seats. Next up is Legacy Bike Works. Legacy Bike Works right here in Manville, Texas. You need audio, we can do it. Custom air ride, custom bike builds, bobbers, choppers, baggers, big wheel baggers, anything like that. We're right here in Manville. We can pick up your bike. We do bikes all over Texas. So you just let us know and we can help you out with your custom build. Who do we got? Last but definitely not least, my good friend Earl at hopkins-design.com. You need a website or anything even remotely related to a website, business cards. You need a logo designed. You need photos. You need videos. You need any of that stuff. You've got to check out hopkins-design.com. Earl is one of the best in the industry with over 25 years of experience doing this, college graduate. The dude knows exactly what he's doing. Reach out to him at hopkins-design.com and he will hook you up. So anyway, what's going on, everybody? See, we got quite a few up in the house. Man, what I have to talk about tonight is a two-part show. I'm going to spend some time on one part, and then the second half of the show will be something totally different. So sit down, grab a beverage, get you some popcorn, because here we go. So any of you guys know Lonestar Rally just came and went. It was this past weekend, 1 week ago today. It was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Man, great rally. It is a great rally. But here, let me tell you guys something. If you go to Facebook and you go to the Lonestar Rally page, there's a Facebook group page. For the first time that, to my knowledge, one of the biggest topics before this rally started, about a week and a half before the rally started, there were guys on there saying who's going to trailer their bikes and who's going to ride their bikes to the rally. Now, let me explain something to you. I don't care if you trailer. I don't care if you ride. I'm not going to give you a hard time for trailering, and I'm not going to give you a hard time for riding. I'm just going to be glad you show up and you participate. But I saw a lot, so much hate on the Lonestar Rally page on Facebook about people trailering their bikes. And there were people on there that were calling people that trailered posers, wannabes, newbies, every derogatory term you could think of, because people were trailering their bikes in. Now, I can appreciate, because I live about 1 hour away from Galveston, southwest of Galveston. Well, I should say I live about 1 hour northwest of Galveston. It's nothing for me to ride to Galveston. It's an hour drive on the bike, or an hour ride, I should say. Hour ride home. No big deal, no harm, no foul. I did it for many years. And for those that don't know anything about me, this year was my 20th year at that rally. I have spent many years riding back and forth to that rally. I've spent many years trailering, because you all know I used to set up American Drag Seats booth down there. I used to set up the Grind Biker Build Off booths down there. So when you discuss going to a rally, what's up, sign guy? What's up, everybody? I see everybody watching, man. I see everybody. Appreciate y'all watching. But here's the deal. So when you get a bunch of people together, and it's not a bunch of people, it's a couple of people, and they're making comments about how people are posers for trailering their bikes down to that rally, that you're not a real biker, you're not a real rider, you're a poser because you're trailering. Well, let me explain something to you people. If you're one of those people that looks down upon people because they want to trailer their bikes instead of ride their bikes down there, why don't you consider a couple of things? Here's the first thing. So if we're going to go to Galveston and it's just me and my wife, we're not meeting anybody, we don't plan on staying down there for the weekend or anything like that, we ride our bike to Galveston. It's about, like I said, it's about an hour ride. We've done it for many years. Me and my wife have been together for 16 years. I told you guys, I've been going to this rally for 20. She has been going to this rally for a solid 15 years with me. She didn't go the very first time in 2008 when we got together, but she's been going with me ever since. Now, if we're just going to go to the rally for the day and party, we just typically ride the bike down there and then just ride home. But what's happened is, over the last 5 or 10 years, what's happened is that we've met more people, gotten more friends, and decided, hey, why don't we make a weekend of it and get a beach house so that it's more of a vacation, not just going to a bike rally. When you're going to go down there and you're going to actually have a house down there, rent a house down there, whatever you're going to do, you're going to take stuff with you. Hardcore bikers can't take everything with them on a bike. I don't care how awesome of a biker you are, how hardcore of a biker you are. When you're going to use the rally as a vacation, you're going to want to take clothing. You're going to want to take food. You're going to want to take stuff with you. Therefore, it's smart to take a trailer so that you can take everything with you, set up your camp wherever you're going to be, enjoy your time, have a good time, ride your bike back and forth when you're down there, enjoy yourself. But that way, you've got everything down there with you. Now, some people will say, well, I drove in from Timbuktu and, I slept in a tent the entire weekend. Well, you know what? That's awesome for you too. I'm glad you slept in a tent. I'm glad you're hardcore and don't need to take a shower for 3 or 4 days. But I'm going to tell you right now, I have to take a shower every single night before I go to sleep or I can't sleep. End of story. Sorry for your luck, Chuck. My hygiene is way too high. That's the way it is. Look here, Jay Partita is in the house. What's up, Jay? But when you do these things and you set up these trips, you already know in advance what you're going to be doing, how you're going to be doing it, whatever. But what blows my mind is all these hardcore bikers that look down on other bikers for trailering. Well, that's just stupid. It's stupid to give anybody a hard time. They're there, they're participating, they're enjoying. I'd tell them this, why don't you show me what that honker do? Oh my God. I'm not going to tell you guys. I'm in my show. God dang it, Brian. I'll share the video later. What that honker thing you do? I'm sleepy now. It's an inside joke. I'll show you guys at a later date. But for right now, I want to discuss this whole thing. It really got to me this last time because there was one guy that just kept going and kept going and kept going and kept going with it. And I even made a comment, what difference does it make if somebody trailers their bike or rides their bike? It does not impede you from doing anything. It does not impede you from riding your bike. It doesn't impede you from doing the things you want to do. Why do you feel the need to get on social media, bumping your gums, talking about people that are going to trailer? Why? I mean, are you that insecure in who you are that you feel like you have to put people down? Because here's what I have to say to you. Enjoy your ride. Grow up, leave people alone, and just enjoy your own shit. Now, everybody could say, well, Kevin, you didn't have to reply to him. You didn't have to do anything. You're right, I didn't. I didn't have to, but guess what? I am me, and I did, and I will continue to reply to people like that because they're talking out of their ass. Because one of the main things they said was, well, you can't ride them big 30-inch wheels. And my reply is, you know what? You can't afford one of them big 30-inch wheels. That's why you ride a stock Dyna or a stock Sportster, because you can't afford that kind of bike. And to be honest with you, not many people can afford to spend $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 on a bike they've already spent anywhere from $10,000 to $30,000 on. There are people out there that can. A lot of people can't. I'm not down on somebody for what they ride. I'm not down on them even if they don't ride. But if you want to ride, enjoy the ride. Don't worry about everybody else's. It should be nothing. Anyway, I put it out there and I asked this guy, hey man, why don't you come on the show and let's discuss why you think people are posers and they're not real bikers and they're not real this. Let me be real clear to you people. Most of the people you know are not bikers. They're enthusiasts. And that's just the reality of the whole situation. If you know what a biker is, the majority of us aren't bikers. Bikers is more of a lifestyle than it is just getting on a motorcycle. That's the truth. And if you want to debate that with me, I'll bring you on live right now because I know bikers, period. I know bikers, and I know bikers will ride their bikes come hell or high water. They don't give two shits really what their bikes look like. What they care about is how their bikes perform because they're going to be on the bikes a lot. They're going that is their only transportation, or it's their transportation of choice. Now, when I go to your page and I start seeing all the crap you have on your page, and you call yourself a real biker, and then I see what's on your page, I'm like, no, you're not a biker. You're an enthusiast, just like the majority of us. Some of us are builders. Some of us are better builders than others. Some of us are accessorizers. Some of us are cake decorators. Some of us are hardcore build the frame up, everything builders, and the other thing is when you're going to give somebody shit for trailering, do you know if they have a booth set up down there? Because you can't bring a full booth on the back of a bike. You can't. It's pointless. You have to have a full gamut of participants. Now, here's the other thing. If you're going to use Galveston, Texas, the Lonestar Rally as a riding rally, you're dumb. There's no riding in Galveston. There's a straight freaking line down the seawall. That's your riding. That's what you're going to be riding. That's what you're going to be doing. It's not a rider's bike rally. You want to go to the Austin ROT rally? That's a rider's rally. You want to go to Sturgis? That's a rider's rally. That means there's areas and places to ride. And I'm not talking riding down the coast. I'm not talking about riding down the street. I'm talking about putting 500 to 1,000 miles a day on your bike. That's how many awesome places are to ride, especially in Sturgis. When you go to Sturgis, if you think I'm going to ride my bike 27 hours, I can't even tell you how many miles it is from here to there, but I'm just going to guesstimate that it's probably somewhere around 2,100 miles. I'm not going to ride 2,100 miles and then ride all freaking week, 10 days, and then ride all the way back. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do that. That's not enjoyable to me. But I'm also not going to be the guy that has to feel like, you know what, I got to tell these people how big my schlong is. So if you don't ride your bike, you're a puss. No, I'm not that guy either, man. As long as you're on a bike and you're there and you're having a good time, man, I am full support of you enjoying the rallies the way you enjoy riding, the way you enjoy getting there, the whole 9 yards. And for all you guys out there that bump your gums about, well, they're not real bikers. Well, guess what, sunshine? You're not a real biker either. Because if you're a real biker, you probably wouldn't own a car and you would have over 100,000 miles on your little Dyna, your little Sportster that you own, but you don't. You just want to bump your gums and act like you're somebody that you're not. It pisses me off because I've heard that since the day I got into bikes. And I'll tell you guys right now, I got into motorcycles really big in 2001. Are we trailering the bikes next year? Hopefully. You want a riders rally? You need to go to Sturgis, South Dakota, Sturgis, South Dakota, Laconia, New Hampshire, Daytona, Florida, Cave Creek, Arizona. Amen, 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 Mr. Bruno. You're damn straight. But the reason I wanted to talk about this was because the Lonestar Rally is a partying rally. It is a get-together rally. It is a rally where you have a lot of people getting together to go to the different night spots, hang out on the Strand. The Strand is such a cool place to be. You got a lot of bike shows, and not your standard shows, but you've got a lot of activity. You have a lot of people getting together to do the audio shows. Mr. J Ford was pulling up into a gas station parking lot and had that parking lot so freaking full that you would have thought that was the rally on his own. That's what Galveston is. Galveston is a gathering place, a place where people just show you their bikes. They just enjoy the company of other riders. They get to show what they've built or what they've done audio wise or things of that nature. That's what Galveston is. It's a show off show. And that doesn't make it any less of a bike rally than any other rally out there, because I guarantee you, every single person that goes to Galveston always says, man, you have to go to Galveston. It is so much fun. The reason it's fun is because it's a smaller rally as far as footprint. But I mean, I would have to Google it, but somebody Google how many people were in Galveston for this rally. And let me let you in on a secret. It was 80% chance of rain almost every single day. Every single day. And that rally still performed. Still performed. What's up, Mr. Jimmy Holstein? See you watching the show. Hookers on bikes that were trailered. Yeah. But so my whole deal with it is that everything with these bike rallies, there's different rallies all over the country. There's different rallies all over the state of Texas. There's a lot of different rallies in almost every state. Do what you do, boo. Enjoy your ride. Enjoy your game. Do your thing. Quit being a hater. I'm so sick and tired of people judging other people for what they want, what makes them happy, how they want to do it, the whole 9 yards. I heard Derek the Upgrade Bolden Megalodon enter a audio competition and slayed 7 bikes and should have won it all, but got screwed. Don't know about that. Wish I could get him on the show. I'd love to discuss those things. I also like to get Jay Ford on the show, but I don't think Jay Ford's watching. But we're on 3 different platforms, so he might be watching on one of them. I don't know. But it's a great rally. It's a great gathering rally. A great place to spend time with your friends, relax, unwind, have a good time. He said, I've been to Sturgis in 2013. Very beautiful sceneries. We rode our motorcycles the first time and trailered the second. Yes, he had to do. He had to do. I know you're talking about Jay Ford, but anyway, so I don't want to spend too much more time on that one topic, but the reality of it is that if you feel the need to put someone down because of how they get to a rally, I feel so bad for you. You have no life. You have nothing going on, and you're just looking for attention. That's all you're doing. You're just looking for someone to say, oh, you exist. Well, guess what? In the real world, dude, you should be responsible and doing your own thing for your own happiness, and you shouldn't be having to put people down because they trailered their bikes. End of story, done. So I hope you're watching. I hope you see the show. I hope you guys on the Lonestar Rally page are actually paying attention, because you know who I'm talking about. He made the most posts the whole week before the rally started. He was on bumping his freaking gums, and he still didn't come live. And I invited him to come live because I wanted to get him on the show, get his opinion of why he felt that way, but he didn't. I love Sturgis, but I am not riding those Minnesota roads. They are horrible. Amen. I've rode and trailered. It don't matter as long as you're there. Amen, Kevin. It doesn't matter as long as you get there. That was the other thing, is you're there to enjoy, participate, be a part of. Man, all the bullshit needs to go away. Go away. Now, I want to get into the second part of the Galveston rally, which was, yes, people, it rained. It sucked. It was overcast. People were afraid to ride. But you know what? Everybody still showed up. Everybody still showed out. From what I've heard, everybody had a great time. I know the people I was with, we had a great time. We didn't get to, get down to the Strand and the seawall as much as we had liked to, but it opened up and rained its butt off all day Saturday. And then Saturday night, what did we do? We got on our bikes. We got a little wet getting down there. But you know what? We went to the Strand and had a blast. We had a absolute great time. I also heard through the grapevine that, like I said, Mr. Jay Ford was in a parking lot pimping the crap out of his bike, and there were a lot of people there. A lot of people there. And I kind of wanted to address this because this is going to go into the second part of the show, which was the politics side of what I wanted to talk about. Because as you all know, President Trump won the election, or Donald Trump won the election, becoming our next 47th president. I'm so happy about that. I'm just elated that he's in office now. He's doing his thing, and hopefully this country gets a lot better. But all of the talking up until was insane, and people were just bumping their gums. And I want to say this because he did it more than anybody else as far as my timeline goes. Jay Ford was running it down our throats about Kamala was going to win. Kamala was going to win. Kamala was going to win. You know, and the truth of the matter is, Kamala didn't win. Truth of the matter is, I still love Jay Ford to death. If me and Jay Ford were at one of his little parking lot parties and pimping, and you know, something happened and some strangers rolled up and they were going to start, you know, messing with Jay, you're damn straight. I'd stand side by side with that man. I know he's a liberal. I know he voted for Kamala, but guess what? He's still my friend. And, you know, I voted for Donald Trump. I'm a Republican, but Jay Ford is still my friend. Who all were you with, Kevin, seeing that you need new friends? Who said I need new friends? Who said that? Who said I need new friends? Shut up. I'm staying on topic this time. I was with Brian Barber, and I was with Heather Barber, and I was with Daniel. God dang. Oh, my God. I forgot his last name. Anyway, Daniel, my buddy Daniel. I was with Scotty and Ricky and all the people from Bloodline. I had a good time. I had good friends. But let me get back to this. So my point is that with the presidential debates, with the you know, Kamala running on this platform, Donald Trump running on this platform, I don't care if you're a liberal. I don't care if you're on the other side of the fence from me and Donald Trump. I don't care. I'm not that fucking shallow. I'm just not. Friends are friends. And at the end of the day, we all want the same exact thing. We just want to be able to pay our bills, have a good job, raise our kids, and have democracy, freedom. You know, I could go into all my political beliefs and all that stuff, and all it would do was start a fight with other people. But my point to you all is this, is that I know for a fact that if something happened and I was standing there with Jay Ford wouldn't have to ask me. He wouldn't be like, hey, man, you got my back. I'd be like, man, you don't even have to ask that, dude. Because at the end of the day, his political views or whatever he wants, that's irrelevant to me, because I know Jay Ford's a pretty cool dude, and I know Jay Ford would probably have my back if need be. But when you see all of this hate and all of this bullshit going on in the country, it's kind of like the motorcycle thing. It's everybody's against each other when everybody should be for each other, which brings me up to this right here. So it's a little bit of political, a little bit of motorcycle, but based off what I just said, I want to tell you guys that I got to spend some really good time with Scotty Roberts and Ricky from Bloodline. I got to really get in close to their bikes, their builds, their audio. And I'm about to say something I hope doesn't piss him off, but it's just the truth, and I have the proof that it's the truth. But if you guys go back, man, to the Sturgis in 2020, I pitted Bloodline against Tim Whitney and the guys at Hot Rods and Handlebars. Before that, a lot of people didn't know Bloodline. But since he won my show, the Grind Biker Build Off, which I heard some people today saying there needs to be another biker build off where guys can truly build bikes. Well, guess what, people? There is. It's still here. But guess what? We're not going to get real builders until real builders want to participate in a true biker build off. But anyway, so 2020, Scotty Roberts' bloodline wasn't that big. They weren't that notable. They were just kind of there. I gave them a platform to do what they can do to get themselves more publicity and do something on a huge platform, which was Sturgis. Fast forward 6 years, because that's what actually fast forward 4 years. Scotty and the guys are starting to build monsters. Their audio is just insane. Sitting there and hanging out with them, and for the most part, I'll be real honest with you, for the most part, Scotty is still pretty humble about this. Scotty is still in kind of a disbelief that he's as good as he's gotten, that the notoriety is finally catching up to all of his hard work. And you have to give a guy like that credit because he's still excited. He's still, when we were there Friday night, we were with them. He was still excited to tell me and show me what he was building. That's 4 years later. 4 years later, he hasn't got a big head. He's not like, I'm the best there ever was, blah, blah. He's still excited to show me things he's doing and bikes he's building. What's up, Stephanie? It's good to have you watching. When you take a guy like them or like Scotty and his crew, he worked very hard. He's put in all the work. He's doing the due diligence to get better and better and better and better and better at what he does. And I was very impressed what he showed me and the to the level that he's reached building bikes with the details, the craftsmanship, the creativity, not to mention the audio. I mean, God, his bikes are just banging bikes, man. And he's not afraid to talk to you about it. He's not afraid to tell you what he did. He's not afraid to tell you how he did it. But he's still, I still don't think he understands how good he actually is, which is refreshing. When you hear people constantly telling you, well, I'm the best there was, I'm still untouchable and I'm still unbeatable and I'm still this and I'm still that. I'm glad you're there. I'm glad that's where you are. I'm glad you're at that level. But you take this guy over here that's at that same freaking level. He's at that same level, maybe even a little bit better. And he still thinks he's not. It's called humility. Humility goes a long way, man. He's humble about what he's accomplished and what he's doing. He's excited about what he's getting into. He's excited about the next build. He's excited to bring more and more and more, which is awesome to me. I'm not putting anybody in this industry down for doing business the way they want to do it, doing the builds they do, as busy as they are or not busy. But I do think some people do deserve credit that don't get credit. They just, for some reason, they never get credit for what they do and how they do it. And I do want to say this. I was very impressed this weekend with a couple of bikes. And one of the bikes I was impressed with was my buddy Brian Barber's bike. And he built Daniel Parrish's 30-inch Road Glide. And I've been privy to this entire build over the time frame that it's taken to get it to the point that it's at. But when I heard it this weekend, man, it blew me away. And I'm a fan of real talent. I'm a fan of real hard work. I'm a fan of real metalworking. I'm a fan of making an effort when most people wouldn't. I'm a fan of the struggle. I'm a fan of the late nights. I'm a fan of that stuff because that's the hard work stuff that a lot of people don't show you. They don't tell you about. When you talk to a builder, and I'm not talking specifically about Brian Barber or any one builder. But when you talk to a builder and it's almost midnight and you're calling them because you couldn't get a hold of them all day, and they finally answer the phone at midnight, and you're like, man, what are you doing? Dude, I am literally just now shutting the shop down. And you know for a fact they were there at 6 a.m. because at 6 a.m. I was up headed to the gym to go work out, and they were in the shop working. I'm a fan of that. How can you not be? How can you not be a fan of somebody that actually puts in the hours to do what they're really passionate about? Like I said, man, there's a bunch of talented shops out there, a whole bunch of them. But don't get it twisted. There are a whole bunch of hacks, and I'm saying it proud and clear. There are a whole bunch of hacks out there right now that couldn't build a bike if you paid them 10 times their amount to build a bike, because all they really do is just bolt shit together. And I'm happy for them. Make your money, do your thing. But don't ever open your mouth and call someone out for not being a builder, because if you do, I can promise you this. I already have the proof that you're the one that's not the builder. So you got to be real careful. You got to be real careful what you say and how you say it to me, because I know the real builders and I know the cake decorators. And I personally am not afraid to call anybody out at any given time for being a cake decorator. And I'll tell you right now, the cake decorating part of this industry is the part of this industry that makes the most money. And I'm happy you're making your money. All I'm telling you is don't start calling out real builders, real welders, real fabricators, real metalsmiths. Don't start calling those guys out, man, because you think you're better than them. Because I promise you, if we could get a bagger build off one more going here and actually get the builders to show what they're doing instead of being afraid to show other builders how they're building their shit, I guarantee you would see a lot of, holy shit, I didn't know that's all it took. I didn't know that was it. No offense, if you go out and buy a body kit, a bolt-on net kit, and you consider yourself a real builder, you, my friend, are not a builder. You are an installer. And as long as you understand that you're an installer, you will get respect for what you're doing, because you may be creative. But if you ever open your mouth and start putting down the real builders that do weld-on kits, that do, metal parts, that shape gas tanks, that shape fenders, that can make a part from scratch, not by going and buying a part and modifying it, but they can make that freaking part from scratch. You can't do that. Don't call somebody out that can, because just because you don't see them doing it doesn't mean they don't do it. They're just not boastful. They're just not rubbing it in your face. They're staying in their lane, laying back, building their bikes, and I promise you, you're going to be seeing some stuff coming in the future where just that exact thing is going to happen. Builders are going to start coming out of the woodwork with stuff you don't see, stuff you've never seen. And it's going to be like, holy shit, I didn't know y'all did that. That's why you stay humble. That's why you don't push. You don't put them down. You actually sit back and you wait. You wait and see if there's a Scotty Roberts out there that's going to start over here at ground zero and build his way up into being a powerhouse. You're going to see a small independent guy learning and paying. And then when he drops his shit, you're going to be like, holy shit, where the hell did you come from? And I'll tell you right now, pay attention, people, because right now, today, we are in the middle of a shitstorm. Hello, Mona. I'm glad you're watching. Right now, today, we're in the middle of a shitstorm where who you are and how you were raised is going to come out obvious. The reason I say that is because it would be so easy for a lot of people to go out there and just start bashing Kamala and bashing the left and bashing them. It's the same thing with the bike builders. You know what? Silence is golden. I'm not mad at anybody for who they voted for. And I don't need to go out there and poke people because Trump won. And I don't have to poke them because Kamala didn't. What I can do is show you, you know what? My mom and dad raised me to be graceful, to be humble. That's the way I was raised. I don't have to play into all the bullshit. I don't have to. I do sometimes with some of my friends just because they're my friends and it's fun. They do it to me. What's up, Carol? But you don't have to put them down. You don't have to make the negative remarks. You don't have to be an ass. Put yourself in their shoes. If your president didn't win, how would you feel? You would feel deflated. You'd feel let down. You'd feel discouraged. You'd feel defeated, the whole 9 yards. That's how they're probably feeling right now. So you know what? Be nice. Be kind. You don't have to poke them. They already know they lost. You don't have to be an asshole about it. Just like the bike builders. You don't have to push someone because you feel like they're not good. What you can do is support them. Try to help them get better. See, that's what I feel like is wrong with a lot of people. A lot of people. Why do I have to tell you what you're doing wrong? Why do I have to reinforce the mistake you made? You already know it. What I need to be doing now is helping you resolve the issue. What I need to be doing now is supporting you to get better. Now, I will say this, if you're just a dick and you're just, being an asshole when I'm trying to support you, I'll be like, you know what, deuces, bitch, I'm out. I'm not going to give you that time of my day anymore. I'm just not going to do it. I used to care. I don't care anymore. I'm not going to be mean. I'm not going to be rude. I'm not going to be a dick about it. But I'm just, oh, okay, you don't need my help. That's cool. You go do your thing. You go keep doing that same thing you've been doing and get all those people stroking your ego, making you think you're somebody you're not. Go ahead on, man. Go ahead. You keep doing you, boo. Somebody else is coming out that's going to walk all over you. Somebody else is coming out that's going to walk all over you. The funny thing about success is this. You start here and you're humble because you're just starting out. Once you get to a certain point, you start thinking you're untouchable. You start thinking you're the bomb. Remember, there ain't but one way from that, and that's down. Did my camera just freeze up on me? Are you freaking serious? Anyway, can y'all still hear me? If you're on YouTube, leave a comment. If you're on Facebook, leave a comment if you can still hear me, because we're almost at the end of the show. Otherwise, if y'all can't hear me, the screen did freeze up. I can see that it froze up. Okay, so you all can still hear me. So let the screen stay frozen. You can hear my voice because I've only got about 5 more minutes to say what I needed to say. So just bear with me. You don't need to see me. And plus, that's a really goofy picture right where I stopped at. So it's kind of funny. So just focus on the funny. But my point is that once you get to a certain level and you think you're on top and you think you're the badass, remember, you're hitting your peak right now. If you don't strive to go past that and you're comfortable with where you're sitting, there is a guy right behind you that hasn't got his accolades yet, hasn't reached his peak yet, that is just biting at the bit to prove to you how good he actually is. Sometimes when you're way at the top and you think you're untouchable, or you think that you're unbeatable, or you think that you're the best there ever was, stop yourself from thinking that right there and be graceful, be humble. Talk to the new guy, because I'm telling you what, the new guy you think doesn't know anything probably knows 1,000 times more than you, but he hasn't shown you yet. If you entertain a clown, you become part of the circus. Amen, my friend. Now, I know as soon as this show is over, everybody's going to be like, oh my God, you're picking on Lucky 7. You kept saying untouchable. No, The untouchable part had nothing to do with PJ, nothing to do with Louie, nothing to do with anybody. But what it does have to do with, it has to do with this industry and the people in the industry thinking, oh, I'm the best. You can't touch me. I'm better than you. All I'm saying is if you're ever at the point you think you're the best, I guarantee you right now, excuse my French, I guarantee you, my friend, are not the best, because the best people out there, your Billy Lanes, your if Indian Larry, rest his soul, was still here, Jesse James, your actual best bike builders, they will never tell you they're the best. Those guys, they are the best because they just keep doing what they're doing and trying to get better and better and better and push the limits. They also listen to people when people offer help or offer suggestions to stuff. They listen. The reason they listen is because they understand they only have one head. That other person's got a whole different mind frame. That person's got a whole different thought process. He might bring something to the table that'll make me better. Anyway, I'm off my soapbox, but I wanted to tell you guys, be fucking cool, man. Be nice to each other. You don't always have to be a butthole to people. You don't always have to prove somebody wrong when it's obvious they were wrong. Be kind. Be nice. Just be nice. You would not believe how much more you'll get out of life by just being nice. And I don't mean bending over backwards for somebody that's just unappreciative, ungrateful. I mean, when you get an opportunity to be nice, be nice. When you get an opportunity to help, help. Because I flippin' promise you, you will be there one day and you will need help. Anyway, I'm off my soapbox, man. You guys go have a kick-ass night. Before I go, I want to let you all know that may not have known, my 104-year-old grandmother passed away this past Friday, and we laid her to rest today. It was a beautiful funeral. Part of me was happy for my grandmother because she was 104. She was about to be 105. Literally, December 27th was her birthday. She would have turned 105. She lived a great life. She lived, she was born in 1919. Do the math. That's 104 years old, about to be 105 years old. She had some stories. She lived a beautiful life. I know my brother doesn't watch this show very often, but I do want to tell him that I love him. My brother, Troy, he did such a awesome job at speaking to the entire family. His words were eloquent. They were thoughtful, very, very descriptive. Under the circumstances, man, he did an amazing job. Plus, for the last 3 or 4 years of her life, he took care of her. She lived in his home. I can't say thank you to him enough for stepping up and being the person that he was in her life and in our family's life. And I just wanted to let everybody know my brother Troy Sockwell did a great job. My grandmother was a beautiful human being. And man, you got to love your people, man. You got to love your people. We don't all get to make it to 104, but now she is in heaven with her husband. She's happy. She's no longer, so she's no longer old. She's happy. She's good. But anyway, I appreciate all you guys, and I really appreciate you all watching the show. Hopefully, I'm not letting you all down too much with the content, but I'm definitely looking for more content. Definitely looking for more things to discuss, topics and stuff like that to make the show more interesting. But with that being said, you all go have a great weekend, and we'll see you all here next Thursday night. Hopefully the screen won't freeze. But anyway, you have a great weekend.